Hi, I'm Craig McLeod and welcome to Drift My Ride. Today we've got Cliff and his Mazda RX7 rotary powered MX5. Cliff!
Hello!
How you doing?
Good, I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for bringing us this tiny car.
No problem. I know it feels even smaller with this bikini top that I've only just figured out how to work. Yeah.
So what have you brought us?
What have I brought you? Oh god. A Mark 1 MX5 NA with 13B REW, which is a rotary engine from a FD RX7.
And now that's the best rotary, is it?
Yeah, well that is, if you know your rotaries, 13B REW is kind of like the two rotor engine to use. RX8s and stuff, I'm sure you've experienced those, aren't they? They were the later ones and they kind of killed off the reputation of any rotaries, but...
Yeah, they definitely did. Now, that comes, is that an NA motor?
No, this one, the one in the FD comes with a twin turbo.
Okay.
This is one so it's designed for boost. Slightly lower compression than the older ones, but it had loads of improvements. It was a really strong engine, especially for something that comes from the 90s. And then the only way you improve that is to remove parts of a rotary engine. You remove them and then you port them. Yeah, that's the best thing about rotary. You just take more material out and you've got more flow. So that's essentially what this has had, and it's a big old turbo strap to it essentially. So, we're running pre-turbo mechanical water methanol injection. That's a mouthful, but that's a kit that I made myself, so it doesn't require, like, you know, a lot of your water meth injection requires a pump. This is like, it's pressurized by the turbo itself, so the only like electrical part of it is a solenoid that opens at a certain pressure just to run the higher boost, and it keeps it safe. And that's
basically so you're injecting meth means you're
you increase the meth increases the octane of your fuel, and the water basically draws the heat from the charged air. That's essentially how it works. So you run a 50-50 mix, and that's kind of basically how that works.
You do tuning of this as well. You tune the things.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, especially rotary stuff. It's kind of it's a bit of a niche, especially in the UK and Scotland. So you have to have a good few rotaries. Tune other things as well, but rotaries is kind of my bread and butter. If you know what you're doing, they're absolutely amazing. They're as reliable as any other engine, especially when you're running up 400, 500 horsepower plus. Any engine needs a bit of TLC, so if you keep on top of that, they're brand new, which will hopefully prove today.
So this thing as well, it is making about 500
horsepower
for something that is absolutely minuscule.
Yeah, tiny. Yeah, it weighs nothing. Unless I'm sitting in it, or so.
I think anyone sitting in this car considerably
doubles the weight of it. Yeah.
Firstly, as well, this is not a drift car. This is like you brought.
No,
this,
it's not. It's definitely not a drift car.
So this car has been set up for doing grip.
Yes.
Now, and you've done a lot of custom stuff, which actually would quite easily transfer over to drifting. But to work out a few of the tweaks that you get with an MX5, like this thing sits pretty low, but it doesn't have mad camber.
No.
So what have you done to?
Then we cut the old ones, the upper wishbones front and back, and essentially made our own adjustment with the front track rod ends off, I believe, a Beamer 7 Series, and then the rear. Essentially just full adjustment to give you a good sweep range of camber, front and back.
So what have we got in here? There's lots of little gauges and things.
Just what have we got? Oil pressure, oil temperature, fuel pressure. This is the electric water pump controller, and that's about it.
You also run the old management,
the Power stuff. FC. That's kind of old tech now, but in the rotary scene, still pretty. They're really good for the age of them. They're fantastic, really robust units, really modular. And it works really well to interface with the DigiDash that I made. So it interfaces through the data logit box, which essentially you can tune them with. It just kind of piggybacks on top of that and gets its data from that. So it's like a Raspberry Pi unit that screen.
A lot of custom stuff.
Yeah, a lot of custom stuff, and not a lot of off-the-shelf stuff.
There's not many off-the-shelf parts for 500 brake horsepower.
No, not really. No.
MX5 says they're powered by a rotary.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's it. It runs pretty smooth. Like, it took a lot. Finished it in 2015 with my brother. Me and my brother Justin built it. Shout out to Justin. And so it's just been improved since then. Like everything, we're just kind of taking our time, taking it to the track, seeing what needed to be improved or whatever, and it's kind of, touch wood, it's kind of at a really nice stage where I'm quite happy to just drive it now, and it's and see if someone can drift it, because I won't be.
So what have you done body wise?
It's literally just new rear arches that have been rolled within an inch of their life, and kind of welded it out as far as they'll go. Yeah. They've just been rolled. There's nothing fancy about that, and they've just, and the inner arches have been patched up and filled to accommodate. The front is just standard arches. They've been cut, stretched, rolled within an inch of their life. So it's all metal panels. So they'll bend instead of just snap off like fiberglass stuff. Front bumpers, the standard bumper, but we cut the sides out of it so they flare out with the arches, so it's got big extensions on it, so it kind of looks stock, but it's beefier. Splitter, it's got a nice splitter that takes a good bit of the weight at the front, pushes the front end down. A wee ducktail spoiler, this big thing that you might have seen in the back, a big carbon spoiler that we designed, and a diffuser.
Bits of metal that bent.
Just stuff that one day we're just like, I think we should make a diffuser. The diffuser was made, actually, we always talk about that, with a really bad hangover. That's what we remember when we made that, and it turned out great. So I don't know what that says about having hangovers, but sometimes it does.
Note to kids, do everything when you're still half cut.
It didn't work out well.
So what wheels do you run on this?
Oh, I'm so sorry, internet. They're rotas. So,
is that a bad thing?
Well, apparently it's a bad thing. The internet thinks it's a bad thing because they're not real, what do you call it, they're copies of Works, which would cost like $4,000. Yeah. Instead these cost, I don't know, 500 quid? I don't know. But they're great.
And you don't have to worry about using them.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about using them, because they're 9-inch wide, 15s. They're great. They've never snapped, they've never fallen to bits like everyone seems to think these replica wheels will do. And they've been fantastic, and just a set of Federal 595 RSRs, so kind of like mid-range. They're great. They're fantastic tyres for the money, and nice with proper geo. They work really well. Like that's the thing with MX5s. It's really rare to see one with proper geometry set up for track use, but this thing really grips. But we'll see what you think, I guess, about that.
So I think there's nothing left to do than actually go and see what it does. Do you need a safe word for this?
A safe word? A safe word? I'll probably just hold your hands.
No, stop. That's the safe word.
I'll just hold you.
Right, guys, let's go have some fun. Let's go.
Yes,
there's a lot of grip. Right. Not having a handbrake makes it quite difficult.
I can imagine.
Right, second gear. It's got a bit of power, and it's got a lot of front grip as well.
Yeah, it's got a lot of grip.
Oh, it's that lovely MX5 twitchiness. It spins.
Yeah.
Right. This is going to be a challenge. Forward through here. Oh my God, the power
good though. You just need to let it run it. You just need to run it a little bit, let it cool down.
So just a few cool down laps.
Yeah. It's just not used to this level of airflow. Drifting's a different ballgame altogether for this thing.
Going down to 99.
Yeah, it'll shoot down once it's sat.
Too hot. Doesn't like drifting. The water temps are going down.
Yeah, it'll come down.
It's just how quickly they go back up. Let's try this again.
Yeah.
Got a gear.
Yep.
Temps are good.
Temps are good. Well, air temp's really high, but the air temp is high. So,
right, let's just see what we can do down here. Let's get, without a handbrake, just see if we can get it sliding a bit.
that's what happens when you bring a grip car and try and drift it.
Yeah. Overpower grip.
Yep. Just needs to be run like slowly about.
Yeah.
That good pulls though, I love that.
It is an amazing race car.
Yeah.
As a drift car, it's not.
That does
quite,
not surprise me at all, by the way.
It does not quite have the tools we need to pull it off. Literally, if it had a handbrake that worked, it means I could overpower the grip. That it's so snappy that without me doing anything that is going to really endanger this car, it's too much grip to overpower.
A great experiment though.
Yeah, no, if you could dial a bit of the grip out of it, then this thing, I'm sure it could be, and put a hydro in, it just means like, or a handbrake that just meant you could give it that kick without needing to worry about throwing something about thinking it's just going to grip anyway, so I don't know what way it's going to go.
It grips too well, it really does, but we expected that anyway. It's not like I came in here expecting.
No, absolutely. Well, thanks Cliff.
No worries, no worries. I love that.
See you later, guys.